It's Amy here, and Denny and I are at the Bond Mountain Spring, right here. Here's the sign. It says this spring has been used as a resource from the time of the early settlers of Newfield and preserved in its natural form by Clare Bond for many years. So here we are, our car. And here's Denny filling up our water bottles at the spring location. You guys might have seen Daniel Vitalis here at another YouTube video a couple of months ago, filling up water bottles. And this is where we get our spring water to drink. We fill up enough bottles for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And Denny, you have something to say about this?
Yeah, you'll probably have to get a little closer to hear me.
Okay.
Amy showed you the water bottles. We have quite a few. And we come here to Bond Mountain Spring because we learned from Daniel Vitalis and from David Wolf the importance of drinking spring water because several reasons. One is the water is energetically revitalized. It has a very low solid content, which means it's low in inorganic minerals. And if you're aware of the Longevity Now program, you know that calcium, one of the prevalent minerals in our diet and in our environment, has toxic effects on our body. And much of the calcium we get comes from our water and various water supplies. So we come to a high mountain spring. Amy, why don't you show them the pipe that runs?
Okay. No, I didn't. Here's the pipe, and it runs up the mountain. It's really beautiful. It's about all I can. I'm not sure how far up you can see. But it goes up and up and up. And there's another little sign here. I'm not sure you'd be able to see it. It says, at times this water may have high levels of bacteria. Please feel free to have all you want, but at your own risk. The Wynn family. And it actually has a phone number. So here we are back at filling up the water bottles.
What I was going to say earlier about the water is that springs that come from the top of mountains are the ideal springs because the water comes from deep within the earth, and geologic forces push that water up through the rocks, a natural filtration process, and by the time it reaches the surface, it's very low in minerals. It's very high in ormus, and it's purified basically in the most natural way we can get purified water. Very low, as I said, in solids and minerals, and just basically the best water we can drink. We're willing to take the very small risk of bacteria present in the water, which we have not found to be the case at this point. But one thing about water like this is that it's living water and things can live in it, which most of the water that we drink has been somehow treated to where things can't live in it, and
including your cells.
Including your own cells, that's right. So anyway, we're going to fill up some water. I don't know what our time is like, Amy, but we might have
Well, we've been here for a while, but it's really beautiful out here. There's some fern growing and quite lovely. And I apologize if I'm shaking the camera, but there's quite a few mosquitoes out.
Hey, why don't you mention findaspring.com?
Right, at findaspring.com. You can list your springs, You can see if there's a spring that's been listed near you. And I was talking to a friend earlier who lives in Maine, and she goes to a spring in, I can't remember. Buckfield, Maine. And she's listed her spring on findaspring.com. And if you just start asking around people who are interested in health in your area or interested in raw foods in your area, it's pretty easy to find out where the closest spring is to you. And there's springs everywhere, and everybody can always find a spring close by. Even if you live in a big metropolitan area, you can find a spring close by that you can, and the water is so, not just good for you, but it's so delicious. And we can really tell a difference in just our health and our enjoyment of drinking water since we've started drinking spring water. And I think we've been doing this for about a year. Over a year. And it's really made a huge difference in our health. And just our enjoyment of life, actually. It's so much fun to come out here and get free drinking water. And not only that, but the amount of money that you save on, the amount of money you save, plus the waste. You're not wasting plastic bottles all the time. And of course, when we get home, we put this in a water dispenser that we have a stand for, and fill up our glass jars. It's always good to drink out of glass. Always try to drink out of glass.
Much as possible. I think you're running out of time now.
Yep. Okay, so we'll see you again in a couple of days.
What day is this?
This is day 13, and day 13 we're taking a break from supplements in the program, but we're doing some fun things, like we're going to put our feet in the water in a minute. We're going to get some fresh air, take a walk later on the beach, and put our feet in some spring water, and have a great day. Okay, say goodbye.
Bye. Press the red button.